Life as an office secretary in the U.S. federal government was always a whirlwind of activity. I often find myself missing the thrill of it all. Now that I'm retired one memorable day, I was assigned a mission by the desk officer at the U.S. Department of Prominence. My task was to personally deliver delicate documents to our bureau's high-ranking official, Mr. Henderson, who was waiting for me at Dulles International Airport in Dulles, Virginia. These documents contained last-minute suggestions for his political meetings abroad. The tricky part was that Mr. Henderson was already checked in and inside the departure gate's waiting area at the airport, making it impossible for the documents to avoid being scanned by a Transportation Security Administration, TSA, agent. My mission was to ensure the documents were not scanned. It was frustrating how these officials always seemed to create urgent situations that required immediate attention. To add insult to injury, when I asked the desk officer for $100 to cover the taxi fare to and from the airport, he hesitated and suggested that I pay for it myself. I was taken aback. This was official government business, and it was not my responsibility to shoulder the expenses on a secretary's salary. Unfortunately, we didn't have petty cash funds available for such expenses. Reluctantly, the officer grumbled as he handed me the money. With the documents securely stashed inside a triple-sealed envelope at the bottom of my leather tote bag, concealed with a scarf and crumpled newspapers, I felt a sense of duty to protect them at all costs. I was ready to face anyone who dared to rob me. It was time for me to channel my inner special agent Mia Z. Edwards, ensuring the safety of these crucial papers. I rushed out of the office and hurried through the long corridors, while my high heels echoed loudly on the marble floor. Just as I thought things couldn't be worse, a bird's droppings splattered onto my leather tote bag and dress as I exited the building's heavy brass doors. It was clear that this day was not going well. I flagged down a taxi, jumped into it, and embarked on an incredibly long journey to Dulles, Virginia, from Washington, D.C. to Dulles International Airport. Upon reaching the airport, I paid the cab driver, tipped him, received a taxi receipt from him, and thanked him for his swift driving. I quickly texted Mr. Henderson to let him know I was inside the airport, and he informed me of the gate where he was waiting. I navigated through the bustling concourses, seeking directions from the information desk to find Mr. Henderson's gate. Once I reached the gate, I already knew that I couldn't pass the documents to Mr. Henderson due to security restrictions, so I had to explain the situation to a doubtful Transportation Security Administration, TSA, agent, emphasizing that the documents were sensitive and couldn't be scanned or opened. Despite my efforts, the agent insisted on scanning and opening them. Mr. Henderson looked confused as he observed the situation from behind the gate. Determined to find a solution, I requested to speak with the TSA agent's supervisor. After a brief conversation with his supervisor, I was escorted to a room where the supervisor made a call to the deputy administrator of the Transportation Security Administration. Holding my leather tote bag tightly, I silently vowed to abort the mission if they insisted on scanning the documents. Fortunately, after the supervisor's call with the deputy administrator of the Transportation Security Administration, I was allowed to proceed to give Mr. Henderson the documents without being scanned. Mission accomplished. You've been listening to Mia Z. Edwards' Diaries. New stories arrive daily, except Sundays, my rest day. Until then, stay inspired.